Hello again, dancers. I have some more extreme exercises for you this time. We'll start off with my favorite sit-up, which is a Pilates sit-up. So I'll face sideways so you can see me a little bit better. As I go to lying flat on the floor, I'm going to tuck my chin and keep my abs engaged. And then I'll get to a point where I'm lying flat on the floor and my arms are above my head. From this position, I'm going to be crunching in, coming to a sitting position and stretching forward towards my feet. As I do this, I'm going to trace from my head down the sides of my body and come up to sitting and scoop forward and tuck back down. When you do this, especially when you're doing it slow, it's very easy to get stuck. And when that happens, you'll want to lift your feet so that you can counterbalance yourself and bring yourself back up. If this happens, we want to do something a little bit different so that we still use our ab muscles. So I'm going to go up. If this was the part that I started lifting my feet, I bend my legs so that it activates my abs rather than counterbalancing and using different muscle groups. So I'll come back down. When you're tracing, each thing that you're tracing helps you activate your body so that you use those muscles. I'll do a couple more. And inhale up. And exhale down. When you do it, try and make your back even rather than when you're coming down. A lot of people will end up hitting the floor with one side of their back first and plopping with the other side. You want to control both the ascent and the descent. So I'm going to go down and everything working together and down. For an added challenge, you can start to bring your feet closer and closer together when they're touching. This is an extreme ab workout. Those are our Pilates sit-ups. We're also going to do some scissors today. So I'm going to tuck down in the same way that I went into my Pilates sit-up. And I'm going to lift my legs at 90 degrees. From here, I'm going to tuck my head up and push my abs into the ground a little bit harder. So I'm flattening my back against the ground. From here, I'll hold on to one of my knees and pull back with a little bit of strength. I don't need to just touch. I want to actually pull myself here. Then I'm going to lower my leg, keeping it along the center line, and bring it back up. When I'm doing this, I'm trying to keep my abs stable, my hips stable, and I'm trying to avoid getting to a point where my hips bend or twist to the side. So when you do that, you'll get to that point wherever it is that you start to feel yourself twist and then bring it back up. We can develop more strength, more control over time. So do it to your level, not someone else's level. So after we finish our scissors, I'm going to give you a series of butt crunches. I'm going to be down on all fours, and I want to try and have my hands shoulder width apart, keeping my arms straight, and my knees are about hip width apart. I'm going to be using one leg at a time, and as I do that, I will shift my weight slightly onto the leg that's supporting me. Then I'm going to take the leg in, tucking in with my abs, and then I'm going to take it up. As I'm doing this, I'm trying not to alter how my back is looking. I'll turn to the side for you. So as I'm doing this, I'm going to bring this in and up. When I do it, a lot of the time I see my students bending and contracting their back when they do this, and that's just flexing your back. It's not actually using your abs. I want you to use your abs to crunch and bring that leg in, and then also use them to let your leg out. We can pulse this up. Also, keeping everything static while we're doing this. Kicking. The hardest one is the circle. And when we're doing the circle, why this one's harder than the other ones, in my opinion, is as you circle, you'll tend to wobble back and forth and put pressure on your knee. We want to try and keep our supporting leg, supporting hip completely static, even as we circle inwards and outwards. So it's all about rotating your leg within that socket without affecting anything else. Those are our exercises to the back. We'll also do these to the side. So when I go to the side, same deal. I don't want to bend and twist my back. I want to use my abs and the rotation of my hips. So I'm going to lift this up and get to the point where if I were to move any more, it would come from my back rather than my hips. So I'm going to go facing this way, up, squeeze in, up, squeeze in, up. After we've done a set of about 8 on those, I'm going to kick out to the side. And as I'm going out to the side, I feel my baby toe circling in to find a passe position. And then I'm kicking it out with rotation as well. In and out. You can also lift to the side and circle and circle. After you've done this, make sure you stretch out your butt. It will be quite tight. So I just sit back into my hip, full stretch, and other side as well. With my previous exercises and these ab exercises, you will be toning your body and well on your way to becoming a dancer, because part of being a dancer is building the body of a dancer. Good luck.